Hello there everyone. Today we're going to be going over another concept. Just some basic stuff here. Nothing real fancy. We're not going to be doing any moves. We're just going to be learning what these concepts are and how to do them with each of our arms, just one by one. That way we have a feeling for it. We know what it's supposed to feel like. Today we are going to be doing extensions. Extensions are a core concept that you'll need to know, and it plays out a lot as you learn to add variations to your moves and things like that. So an extension is different from a regular spin, because a regular spin, you have a fixed point here at your hand that you are spinning around. So this is spinning around that one point right there. With an extension, you take that point that you're spinning it right now, and you move it up a little bit, and as you move it up a little bit, you get it to pick a point that's about halfway up your string, and put your finger there, and you're going to want to go around your finger. And it's not going to be able to do it at first. You're going to freak out. It's going to be a bit weird to do. You might throw your arms a bit, but when you get good at it, you're going to be going around just a point. And that's how you know that you're doing an extension, is that your hand is circling some sort of point. So to get started with it, we're going to want to take your point in your dominant direction. Whichever feels best for you is going to be the best way to do this. So if your dominant direction with your right arm is going to your right, you can go that way. If your dominant direction is going to your left, go to your left. So to start it, you want to start at the bottom. When your poi hits there as you're spinning, that is when you start the move. That is when you start an extension. And it's going to be a bit weird at first, but the way to explain this is, as it hits here, make your hand go with it a little bit. So as it hits here, go over. And see how it kind of slows down a little bit there? Which you would know when you learn your pendulums. It kind of slows down. Well, when it gets there, as it comes around, go with it all the way around. So you're going to want to start from here, and when it gets here, go with your poi around some sort of point. And you can use just about anything. You could have a poster or something that you want to do. So if I were to do it around this poster, it would be like this. And I'm just drawing a circle around it with my arm. Instead of my finger, I'm doing it with my arm. And when you can do that with your right arm, you're going to want to learn how to do that with your left arm. Be able to cross some point. And usually it's better if that point is on that side. So if I was trying to do this with my left arm, I would want my left arm to be close to it. That way I can watch my hand go around it. It's going to help me see what I'm doing. And as you're doing this, please do it in front of you as you're learning it. Don't do it at your sides, like this. Do it in front of you. Because you might mess up your shoulder if you are doing it here, or if you have shoulder problems when you do this move, because you're really, until you learn how to cut it like that, it's going to be quite a bit harder for you to do it on your sides. So just do it in front of you. And make sure that you can do it with both of your arms. So, for example, back here, I have it in front of me and to the left. So if you notice my footing, I guess it's a little bit of side and front when you're doing it. When you're looking at the wall, notice that if you're doing it with your left arm, you typically will want to have your left foot facing forward towards it. That way you can bring that back in front of you. If you're doing it with your right arm, you'll notice that your right arm wants to be out If you're doing it with your right arm, your right foot will be in front a little bit when you're doing it. And that footing is going to help you learn to change when you're doing things later on. But you're doing it in front of you. Just the footing plays a little bit into this. That way you know which side is your dominant side. So if you normally stand like this, it's probably going to be easier for you to do this with your right arm. So make sure that you can draw that circle the best that you can. If you're having problems getting it to stay straight, like mine is, see how my string is straight as it comes around? If you're having trouble with that, the best thing to do is to get a heavier poi. If you're using sticks, it's going to be very hard for you to go slow because you have no weight. You have no momentum. Socks are usually better for this. And you don't want to just let the poi pass your hand as you're doing your extensions. You want to go with it. And when you're going with it, you want to pull it. That's the easiest way to explain this, is you're kind of pulling on that string as you're going around. You'll feel a little bit of a tug as you're doing this. You're pulling your poi around in a circle as opposed to letting it just spin. So once you can do that, and you can do it about 5 times in a row with each arm, you are good enough with extensions that you will be ready when we start doing some moves with these extensions.